Hi everyone, my name is Brittany. I volunteer for the CRPS Warriors Foundation, and I also am a daily caregiver for somebody that suffers from this disease. I wanted to talk today about caregiving and how important it is and how much of a difference you can really make in somebody's life. This particular disease is very debilitating, and it's also very hard for a lot of people to understand because it's something that you don't see, it's invisible. I know for myself it was hard in the beginning to grasp the concept that somebody with this disease is constantly in pain. Some days are better than others, some days it's entirely crippling to them. So when they tell you they're fine, they're still in pain. They're not fine. They're fine for them. And the more that you can acknowledge or understand the disease, the better off it is for them. It's just comforting for them to have somebody that is willing to not ignore their symptoms or tell them that it's in their head. So I guess I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do for my boyfriend. He has CRPS Type 2 and he has it in full body. He also suffers from Crohn's disease and fibromyalgia and PTSD. Now, the main things about this, when it comes to caregiving, is you have to understand it's completely unpredictable. They could go to bed at night and have a whole list of things that they want to do tomorrow, and when they wake up, they could be in so much pain they're not going to be able to do anything. And when that happens, it's really important to make sure that you don't make them feel lazy or guilty, because trust me, they want to do the things they said they were going to do. It's just not something that they're capable of doing, and that's really hard. And so it's really good to just learn how to kind of be spontaneous. Just roll with it. If they're having a good day, let's go for an adventure. If they're not, it's okay. We'll get through today and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Personally, I handle daily life and routine here, which means I take care of all the bills, I maintain the schedule, I make all the appointments, I coordinate the plans between appointments and other things that need to be done. I do like inventory of the house, so I do all the shopping and with the food and the household products, so I do all that. If he's feeling good, he'll go with me to go get it. Otherwise, I'll just take care of it. I take care of the house, and I also rescue animals, so I have quite a few of those. So I take care of the animals too, but the animals actually really help Brian as well. So just that companionship that they give and the love, and they always know when he's not feeling well, and they always want to be right next to him, and they're extra gentle, and it's really the sweetest thing ever. The other thing that's really important is educate. For me, I took like 3 days and didn't do anything on my phone except for Google anything and everything I could find about CRPS and fibromyalgia. To learn what they were on their own, learn how they work together, learned the treatments, learned what you can do at home, medicated treatments, surgeries, all that. And then I looked into resources, which is what led me to the foundation. Any type of support, anybody that is going through it. These people are here to connect with you. That's what they want. I mean, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I want to raise awareness. I want to connect with people and to know they're not alone. I want to give people tips that I know have helped me in this situation. and things that seem to help Brian as well. Because that's what this community is for, is to have each other's backs, especially when it's a condition like this that's not well known, and you can feel shut down so many times by people. And it's just nice to know that you have other people in your corner. So I really stress educating yourself. And, sign them up to get the emails for the newsletter for a foundation you found, or write in to tell their story or to tell your story as a caregiver. Don't be afraid to have a voice. And I mean, for me, I routinely check up on things. I research things at least once a month. I've signed him up for so many newsletters. It's crazy. Communicated with a whole bunch of different people that I have seen online that are dealing with this. I've researched doctors to try and find him the correct doctor that's actually going to believe him when we go in. And it was nice. We actually had a really good experience with that last week. Finally saw a doctor that knew what CRPS was to begin with, and he was very, very accommodating and very nice. So we're gonna keep him and see where it goes. But that's the other important thing, is that when you educate yourself, that comes in handy when you have to advocate for the person that you're taking care of. For me, I go to all of Brian's appointments. I talk to all of his healthcare professionals and let them know what it is he's dealing with on a daily basis. I let him take the lead in everything, but what he can't remember, I fill in. What they question, I back up. And it's okay to fire your doctor. You can find another one if they're not helping you, or they don't understand your disease or even really know what it is, because the unfortunate thing about this disease is a lot of doctors don't know what it is. There's just not a lot of research done on everything. So just don't let it get you down. It is very defeating when you see doctor after doctor that treats you like you're lying to them about the severity of your symptoms, that you're there because you want the pain medication and that's it. And that was really hard for me to watch doctors treat somebody that has this condition like that. And I have seen numerous ones do it. And we actually had a really bad experience with a particular doctor, and it was just, I couldn't even believe the stuff that came out of this guy's mouth. And I ended up getting up and I said, you know what, this is as much as he can take today, so I will call you later and let you know what we decide. I'll take him home now and we'll talk about it. And that was really hard. That was really defeating for him. And it put him in a really, really bad way mentally. It was just completely annihilating mentally for him. And it can be, because this disease, being in this much pain and knowing there's no cure, he's 43, so he it's hard for him being so young, because he's had this since he was 33. He was forced to retire due to this condition. And I think he just, he was depressed. He felt like life was over, and to have person after person not understand, or doctor after doctor treat you this way and have no relief, it just kind of reaffirms that, it's never going to be any better thing. So that leads into being a really important part of caregiving, is stay positive. And the easiest way for me to stay positive is that I always have to remember, when you're in a lot of pain, you get cranky, and that's okay. That's perfectly normal. But you have to separate your loved one from their disease. They are not their pain. They are not CRPS. It can cause moods and irritability, which is understandable. But you just have to remember in those moments that's not really who they are. It's just what they're experiencing and what they're feeling. And so for me, I'm a positive person anyway. So I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. So my first go-to when something goes wrong is I'm like, okay, well, how could it be worse? It could be worse like this, so it's really not that bad. So that's what I try and do with that's what I was trying to do with him for a long time. Was any time something would go wrong, I'd be like, oh, it's not that bad. And just recently, we've been working on CBT skills to try and change the way he perceives things or thinks about things, because he would tend to think about things negatively with everything that he's been through and how long he's been dealing with this. And the CBT has really helped him a lot. Like, he's been a whole new person this last month after doing these exercises. So that's been very, very helpful for him. I guess all I can say in the end is that don't give up. Don't think you're doing anything wrong as a caregiver. Just try and stay positive. Be spontaneous. Be easygoing. Be 100% supportive. Be willing to research and find new things. Be willing to try new things. And just remind that person of who they really are, not what this disease is doing to them. And just, for them, just having somebody be there means more than anything else. So that's all I really wanted to say this week. Next week I should have a video with some information that Brian will share about himself and how he deals with the condition and what he has and his symptoms. He was going to this week, but unfortunately he is not feeling so great. So this time of year is really hard for him with the cold. It intensifies everything. So I'll try and get him on here as much as I can to show some support for you guys whenever he's feeling up to it. So until next week, bye.